Hello again. Update on the Renault Megane key card. Last time I covered replacing the case, replacing the battery. Very simple thing to do. Very easy, very cheap. But the main problem that people are having with these cards is not transmitting to the car. And it's usually one problem causing it. I mean, if you've changed the battery and maybe you've even changed the case because of damage or something. The main problem is the card itself. It transmits to the car inside the key card slot. It has a little coil inside it which transmits this signal. Now the cards themselves are flexible. They play around in your pocket. Kids play around with them. You kick them around, not realising just how delicate these things are inside. Now if you just take a look, that is your coil to transmit. 3 solder points. This bottom one is not actually connected to anything. It's just a stabiliser. Ignore it. The top 2 are connected and they're very delicate. They come loose very easily. Doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to transmit. Now some people have used things like pressure, knives and such to press down. All they're actually doing is making that contact work again. That's all. Pushing it down, pulling it up isn't going to make any difference. They can work from quite a radius from the actual receiver. So that is just it's playing around with pointlessness. What you need to do, in fact, let's go to the car and I'll show you. As you can see, the key itself on the lock is working perfect. So that shows us there's nothing wrong with the battery. But as you get in the car, as you can see, it says there, please insert the key. Turn the key slot, and insert the key. But still, no key. Now we can do the tricks like some people. There's a knife, pushing it in, twisting it, checking it. Nothing. So let's get it open and sort out what's going on inside it. Now you just saw in the car, here's the transmitter, we put it in, we tried it with a knife, press it down. This is too far gone for that. So, battery out. And get the circuit board out. Now, I've fixed mine once before, so I know what the fault is going to be on this. On yours, it will probably be just reconnect them 2 connectors. A blob of solder should do it. Now with mine, on this very top one, you'll see it's a very fine wire in the circuit, running across, very fine. Now last time I had to scrape a little bit of the varnish off the surface of that, so that I could get a connection to it. It hasn't worked that well. So this time, just above this connector, you've got a point there, which is what it connects to. I'm going to put a solid connection from there to that one. Hopefully that then should rectify the fault. Okay, on inspecting this area very closely, I've seen it was a little bit dirty around there as well. I've cleaned all that up, but I've cleaned right the way back, and this is the point here that I want to connect to. So from there to there, I just want to put a solid wire across, not relying on this circuitry anymore. There's nothing in line with it, so there's nothing that I need to worry about. Now the wire to use anything with, I've just got a piece of multi-core here. It's very fine what we've got in there, so I'm just going to use one strand of it. That's all we need. Now we want to tin this up first, but I don't want anything excess, so I will connect to the furthest one, bring it out to here, connect to that, and I can easily snip off what is spare. So just keeping that on the main strand for now. And I can tin that up. Tinning means just to make solder adhere to it. So we're just coating the wire in solder first. You'll see you've done it because it will change colour. If I can actually see it, that's fine. It doesn't take a lot of solder, and being so fine you can see, if the camera will pick it up, that has now turned silver all the way along, so that is perfect. Right, I just want to warm up the spot I'm going to. Which would be there. Okay, I'm going to examine that again because it seems to have opened something up. In the light. Right, that's a solder bridge that it seems was needed. So I shall replace that solder bridge. The little 2 points there just soldered together. Again, I'll use the same wire as the solder bridge. Okay, that's on one. And I'm just going to snip off the excess there and just check it. Okay, it's connected. Now it's still all very floppy. I can always glue that down a little bit if I want later. But as long as the case is not abused too much, you shouldn't have too much trouble. Right, well we'll just now put this back in the case, and before I glue it in, we'll take it to the car and just check and see if that has been successful or not. Okay, and here at the car, again we've got the please insert card. That should say press brake and start to start as soon as the card goes in. And there we have it. Out, in, out, in. Very easy, very definite. Let's just stop the noise, otherwise that'll get edited or blocked. Right, good. So there we see, that has worked. So now back to the workshop and glue it together. What I've done is I've just put dabs of super glue around it, just any old, this is the stuff I'm using, it's just super glue. Round the edges, that's all. Press it together, there's a little bit there, get it off, that's it, that's it. Don't worry about it on your fingers, it don't really that dangerous, unless you're touching your eyes or something. Then a couple of little clamps, just to keep it firm. Just like that. Right, super glue or not, it still wants to be clamped for a little bit, just hold it tight together. Super glue's not that quick these days, not like it used to be. Right, here we are again in the car, just final quick test. Put the card in, press my foot on the brake and press the button, and look at that, absolutely instantly. Now then, that's cured that. I can just mute the radio so I don't get any problems with copyright issues. Now then, one other issue. I've just fitted a trailer, tow barn electrics, to the car, and seeing in the rearview mirror to get the ball of the trailer, very difficult, needed help all the time. So I thought, hang about, why not fit a camera? And I can see behind me then. Look at that. Isn't that novel? Right? Rear view mirror suddenly becomes reversing camera. Now, very easy to fit. When I first started looking at them, I thought it'd be very difficult, but it is astonishingly simple. This clips on to your existing mirror. Simple. I'm not going to go through the process of showing you how to fit one, because really it is so simple you don't need it. You've got this which clips on to the existing mirror. You've got a couple of wires that come from it. Now you'll see if you buy one of these, the pack, I'll explain, and you'll have a look at the same time, and you'll find it so simple. You take off your courtesy light. You find the light wire constant, and the earth constant. Use a battery bulb test, do anything, whatever method you need to find out which them two wires are. There's no book that's going to show you. The manuals don't really show you. The wiring diagrams are far too complex to follow them. So find the wires. Once you've found them, you've got a live and a neutral needed for that. Connect it to it. That's it. You've then got your cable for the communication, the information cable, which comes from the camera at the back. Don't get a wireless one, you get too much interference and they charge you more. Then at the back, we've got the camera. Can you see it? It's there. Little tiny thing. Now it's very easy to connect that. Same as the camera inside. What you need to do, because it's a reversing camera, you need it to work when you reverse the car. So, reversing lights. Take that off. With this car, you've got a little plug there. You've got a little locking nut there. You've got a little locking nut behind this here. Very simple. Take that off. Take the light off. Disconnect it. Work out which is the power coming to the reversing lights. And there'll be a negative there as well. Again, from the camera, connect this wire to the power live earth. Then the communication cable, plug it in, send it through to the front, and that's it. That's your camera set up. And then when you get into your car and you want to go backwards, you slam it in reverse and the camera comes on perfectly. Don't look at my reflection, it's peeing it down here, so I've thrown on everything. Anyway, look, good view. Yes, I like it. And there you have it. And you know, eBay, 22 quid, the lot, everything done, dusted. So there you have it. If you've got a Renault Megane and it keeps telling you keys not found, please insert key, it's the sensor. Now open up the key card and examine them connections. It's just them two connections. Examine them very closely, even with a microscope if you have to, really study it and see if there is any chance. It might be obvious, like mine was, wobbly all over the place, or it might be just a fine little break in it, because these cards are flexible and the circuit board itself could crack and make it disconnect. Look at it very closely. If you find a fault, just solder over it by whatever means. Put an extension, little piece across like I did or whatever. If there isn't any, then it is possible that that coil's gone. If the coil's gone, there's not really anything you can do about it. I don't know if anybody supplies them on their own. I would assume somewhere, but I don't know of anyway. In that case you would need a new key card. But if it's just a connection system situation like mine was, then it is fixable. Don't despair and go and buy a new bloody card, because literally it costs hundreds. So if it says key not found, please insert key all the time, open it up and have a look at that coil. That will help. It's been of some use to you. I hope you've managed to fix yours now, or you will be able to. If you got any questions, just shove them in the bottom there. I'll try and get back to you. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.